Thanks for joining us today. We're talking with Benjamin Williams, who is currently serving as your state FFA president. Ben's from Nelson County. What brings you to Fleming County and particularly KWI today?
Well, this year we're getting the opportunity to go, and we're doing our industry tours this week. So we're getting the opportunity to kind of travel across the state, meet some sponsors or some partners, or really just visit some spots in the ag industry and learn how we can partner with them and help get our members engaged with them. And so today we're here with KWI and Hinton Mills, and so we're super excited to be here with you all and learn about the work that you all do and what you do in the agriculture industry and how you inspire workers and prepare them for the workforce in the future.
What got you involved in FFA agriculture? Did you grow up on a farm apparently?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I grew up on my dad's Red Angus farm, and they had a few other things that they were doing, and so I've always had a farm background to grow up from. And going into FFA, my older brother was a state officer about 5 years ago, so he was my inspiration to be an FFA, and so kind of going from the family farm and having my brother as inspiration, it really brought me into the organization and showed me what it can do for members or individuals, and that's something I wanted.
You know, growing up on a farm, I think it instills a work ethic that most people don't realize. You know, we grew up on a dairy farm, so it doesn't matter if it's 10 below zero or if it's 100 degrees in the shade. The cows have got to get milked just like your Angus have got to get fed.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to take that agriculture experience and your FFA history? Where is your career going to take you to?
Well, right now I'm attending the University of Kentucky, and I'm majoring in agriculture economics. And right now I'm still a little undecided on where I want to go in the future, but it's been a background and just a major that I've been interested in, because through FFA I had the opportunity where I work with a dairy farm in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is Cheney's Dairy Barn, and I actually did a different side of the dairy industry, and I started my own ice cream business. So I work with them, and so I do a retail with them and kind of to help support them and advocate for the agriculture industry and dairy farms in Kentucky. And so that's something I'm interested in, is just doing sales or just kind of doing something where I can advocate for the industry and see what needs farmers need.
All right. What's the most popular selling flavor that you make?
Well, I would say there's a few different ones. So I'm from Bardstown, Kentucky, which is the bourbon capital of the world. So we have it's called Bourbon Crunch. So it's a vanilla ice cream. It's got chocolate, caramel syrup, a few different things in it. And so a lot of customers like that. But we also have some like cheesecakes and pumpkin ice cream. So about any good flavor you think of, we can get it ready for you.
Okay. Now, do you just sell locally? Do you have your own little shop where people come to you?
So I actually, my freshman year when I started FFA, I purchased a 1989 hauling van, and it was an old GMC truck, and turned it into an ice cream truck. And I designed it like a Holstein cow, and so I partnered with Cheney's, and I just go down there and pick up the ice cream from them, and then I just go out wherever somebody wanted ice cream, I'd take it to them. Okay.
How do you think that being in FFA prepared you to be the ag entrepreneur and start your own company?
Yeah, like I said earlier, my brother, just seeing like the work ethic he had and the communication skills, that was something that I realized at a young age is something I needed and something I wanted. And so when I joined FFA, through all the different experiences, whether that was in the classroom or in SAEs, it was really an opportunity where I could grow myself and I could do what I wanted with it. I could start at one level and push as far as I wanted to with it. And really when I learned the importance of communication, leadership, and being a hard worker, I realized that I wanted to be the best that I could be and the best person I could for my community. And so FFA just kind of pushed me to be a better person and just grow every day.
You know, those values that FFA has are the same values that we have here at KWI. You know, hard work, honesty, a good work ethic, doing what the customer needs and doing what's asked, and just taking those values. You can apply that to almost any career that you can think of.
Yes, sir.
Is there one particular career or industry that you have in mind, or you're still really, kind of just undecided?
Well, it's kind of undecided on the specific job, but I would just love an opportunity to be kind of in sales or marketing for an ag position. I really like Kentucky Farm Bureau and the work they do, and the passion behind the work that they do, and that's something I'm wanting to do in my life. So if I can continue to go through college, make it through, and just continue to grow myself, I'm hoping to have a position where I can change the lives of others and just be able to grow the family that I want in the future.
So you came from a non-welding background. You've been at KWI for a good portion of the day. Tell me one of the cool things that you think about the welding industry.
Well, being from a background of not very many welders, it's just interesting to come here and see that the work that you all do here at the school. I've always just been interested in welding, like what all goes into it, the different types of weld. And so it's really eye-opening to see all the work you do here and then all the different certifications. I know you mentioned that you all have 25 different certifications and how students can come in for 3, 4 months or 6 months and get all that done. And it's really eye-opening to see that you all can prepare those students in that short of a time and send them right into the workforce and really get them engaged and prepared for those jobs, because like you said earlier, employers aren't waiting until the end of the semester or end of the year. So when you can send those students in, it's helping and benefiting those students, but it's also benefiting the workforce.
Yeah, KWI has hosted the state FFA officers for several years now during your yearly tour of industry. Is this your first stop?
This is. So we're making our first stop here, and then we have 2 other today, and then I think we're just going across the state.
Okay, so is there any particular place that you're really, really looking forward to, something that you haven't done or something new that you're going to learn?
Well, I'll be honest, today was the one I was absolutely heart set on, super excited for, but I know we're going to Hopkinsville and a few other places towards Owensboro, so I'm just really excited to see the other places we're going to visit, because I know there's a large variety of different things, and I'm just excited to see how those are helping members or just part of the agriculture industry.
Right. How many people are on your FFA state officer team?
So we have 12 in total. So we break the regions down, and we have 12, and so each state officer is able to represent those members there.
Tell me about someone in your career who has really influenced your life in a positive way.
I'd say somebody who's been a really big influence on me is my dad and my older brother, and just being able to see the hard work that they do and the passion that they have for their faith and our family and just doing something for the community and being a benefit is really something that's influenced me and showed me to grow up and be a strong man, but also be somebody that cares and really wants growth. And so being able to look up to my dad and my older brother, it really guides me in that process and helps me kind of look forward into the future and prepare me for it.
So not to put you on the spot, but how many FFA members are in the state of Kentucky?
So right now we're a little over 20,000. So we kind of reached a really big spot. We had a big jump last year, so we're super excited to have our record high.
So 20,000 members in a student youth organization.
Yes, sir.
One of the largest student youth organizations in America. But out of those 20,000 people, I'm sure there's some young man or some young woman who's watching today who really wants to be state FFA president. What was the hardest thing to becoming a state FFA president or becoming a state FFA officer?
Just being open to change and understanding that there's a lot of things that go on, and being really open, having your eyes open to learning something new and being dedicated to it. And it also goes with work ethic. If something new comes up, you can't push it aside. You have to learn how to work with it and learn how to enjoy it, love it, be dedicated to it. And so through state office, that's shown me I've seen many different backgrounds of different things in the agriculture industry where people come from, and it's important to be open to those and be able to really grow and just figure out how you can build upon those and really take those changes and grow yourself.
Yeah, I think a lot of leaders, not only in Kentucky, but across America, started in the FFA organization to learn basic public speaking skills and leadership skills. And I think all those things are important as people advance through their career, because a lot of the things that these youth organizations like FFA teach aren't really taught outside of those organizations.
FFA is just, when I joined FFA, I realized when I was in other clubs that it was just kind of set aside, because it does premier leadership, it teaches you about agriculture, and it really just teaches you how to be a good person and just the characteristics that it provides and helps you grow, and the love and kindness of ag teachers and being there and nurturing you. It's really just something that's really important, and some people miss out on that opportunity, but this organization is something that really is there to grow the members, whether they're wanting to work in the ag industry in the future or they're just wanting to do something else. It's really there to grow that member and do whatever their heart desires.
When I was in FFA a few decades ago, it was the Future Farmers of America. Yes, and back then, a lot of people related, farming and food and growing crops. But agriculture and now the FFA it's so much more than just getting on a tractor and planting some corn. The industry is so broad with all the different things we can do today in America.
It's really eye-opening for me coming on a traditional farm, like going to places in Louisville like Seneca and being able to see those ag programs and seeing that urban agriculture. It's truly eye-opening to see just the advancements in agriculture and the importance and how more people are getting involved, and you're starting to see more technology like drones, or you're hearing more about biosystems, biomedical. It's really eye-opening that FFA is kind of adapting and helping to prepare those members, but it's also important to see the changes that are happening in the ag industry.
Farmers need to work, a whole lot smarter these days, because the competition is fierce. The demand for the product is higher, and the cost of the input is exponential compared to what it was, even 5 years ago. Is there any particular thing that you know of that's coming around in industry that's going to help some of the farmers, maybe in the dairy industry that you mentioned, that can get an edge?
Well, personally, I don't know of anything that's helping like to prepare an edge, but I do know that the Kentucky Department of Agriculture and other programs really like provide those resources, and with FFA providing those to members in high school age, there's other programs across the state that can be those extra resources and those go-tos for current farmers or new farmers in the future that they can go to and find maybe financial assistance and being able to talk with somebody, or just getting advice from an older farmer who can prepare them and give the tips and tricks that they need to start off.
Yeah, that's funny. My dad and his neighbor always used to cut hay together, even though they were on opposite sides of the road. When one guy cut hay, the other guy cuts hay, because somebody knew it wasn't going to rain. And now that Dad's an older farmer in the community, a lot of the younger community members will still come up and say, "Hey Bob, is it a good week to cut hay or not?"
It's always important to have that older ear to be able to talk to and have that assistance for them to listen to. And I've always enjoyed being able to kind of nitpick and get that good advice that's been there for a long time, because the experience that we can gain and those opportunities that we can hear from and those individuals really help grow us and open our eyes and just really teach us something new.
That's right. Well, we really appreciate you taking time to stop in at KWI today. Wish you well on the success of your career and your ice cream business. The next time you're up, make sure you bring us a few samples.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
So hopefully you guys like this video. We'll be putting out more videos on our YouTube channel, so subscribe to that. And also check out our website. We have links, and we also have shop for clothing and a virtual tour. Until next time, see you there.